Welcome to the brand new channel. This is Terry's Clash Attacks. We're with Black Cobra dollar today. We're just trying to get this up to a 10 or 10 status. Something we've tried quite hard at the last couple of months really. We found that it was a bit of a dead clan. Had a member over here that was still active as a co, and sort of managed to take it over. So we took over 115 days ago, so from here basically, and yeah, we're just pushing to get the level 10. So we had a 23 win streaks and I lost to a very good team, and then we had another 4, a draw, 2 losses to some good clans, and the last 2 just before coming into the Clan War League was another 2 safe wins. So I'm just going to look today at the Clan War League now. We're up against these guys. As you can see, it's going pretty well at the moment. These guys are all the way from Uruguay, so big shout out to them if they see the video. But we're just going to focus on a couple of attacks. I don't want to make the first video too long. See if people think it was helpful, not helpful, whatever you thought. So, just before I do that, sorry about the cough. Just going to have a look at the th9 that I am now. If you look at my heroes, they are babies. Now, this hasn't been a th9 very long. It was a max 8. I had to go up because I was sick of seeing all these things in here. But we've got all the builders at work. Starting to upgrade these defences. Just started getting these expos up to speed now. Mainly because I know people say don't drop your expos, it can affect your war weight. But I'm quite confident that whatever we're hitting, we're going to do very well, unless it's a very good base layout, which can sometimes catch you out. But we'll head into Clan War Leagues for today. As I say, just want to show you a couple of attacks. We'll start with mine, and I'm number 12. Went against a number 11, and we'll just have a quick look at the base before we start out. Now, they have got a CC. It's pretty central. There's no real advantage point now. The army I chose to go with, this was a witch slap. Now, healers can be a bit awkward with witches, especially if they end up dying. But one thing you notice about this base is all the ear defences are on the inside of the base. So if you look at the range, they're not going to really affect anything on the outside. So the plan is to get the witches in, to get a couple of wizards down, just to make sure that the witches do go we want, and flanking down either sides of the base. And then we drop the golem, witches, heroes, the bowlers, and basically get straight to the core. Now with this one, I did actually take 2 jumps, 1 rage, 1 heal, and poisons for the CC. Now, it's going to be a bit of a discussion, but I didn't worry too much about having the double poison. I don't really worry about what comes out of the CC. At the end of the day, you've got your heroes up in front that are hopefully, and the poisons down, that hopefully it's enough to clear it. So we'll go through the attacks, see how we start out. So I always take the 9 witches, so we go 3 each side and 2 healers. You can drop them individually. I was just conscious of time, so I always make sure that I try and get them in as early as I can. Now the wizards lot are just point it here, these wizards are just trying to make sure that these witches go down the outside. Doesn't always pay off, but we can only try his best. Now I've dropped the king in as tank, the golem is also in as a tank, and we'll soon be dropping the archqueen. So we've got us 3 tanks in front of the last 3 witches, and then we've dropped the jump down. Now the bowlers are coming in from behind. Now as you can see, just pause it there. First poison a little bit behind the CC. But and the witches are up there. The skeletons are going through, but as you can see, they're dying off quite quickly. So we have to be quite quick on the actual entrance here. So we'll just go in from here. Now the other poison, the main poison, right over everything that we need, making sure that if it comes further out towards the queen, that they're getting dealt with. The race spell is also over all the bowlers. We want them to now start jumping in. The second jump has already been put in place to jump right into this bit. This is the only compartment that's going to give you any bother, the expos. So we will take them out as quick as we can. So the bowlers will do the job there. The wizards that have gone in, the arch queens sort out the CC, and the bowlers get rid of the expos as we explained. These are our key objectives. Now I've got the last healing spell down to try and keep everything alive as long as possible, because the golems fell a little bit further back than I would have liked. Now at this point, people always say, oh, your jump could have been later on. There's enough going around the outside. It's actually giving everything a chance to catch up. Now a lot of this, basically the army in the middle, your main kill squad, have done what they need to do. Their objectives have been completed, and there's plenty here with the witches going around this back side. These are stuck into the base, but again, because the CC was taken out, the air defences were taken out, there's nothing to affect them healers now, so them witches are just going to carry on around. And it's something that I know other YouTubers have spoke about. You're thinking there's not going to be enough, there's not enough left, but the witches do an absolute great job with them skeletons. They're all just tanking each other, and once the last few witches are over this corner, once they actually get through, it's going to be a free. So we'll just wait for them to get through that wall. Here we go. And look at all them skeletons that have popped up. They just cut wreaking havoc, and you've still got 3 witches there doing all the damage that you need, all being healed up. So them 3 witches that went around this right hand side made that look very comfortable. Now it was an ideal base. I'm not going to stress how important that is, that it was an ideal base, but you've also got to think that not every base is going to work for this army, so just bear that in mind. If the air defences are deep, the CC's in the middle, it works really nicely. And you've got to bear in mind, folks, that yes, we have got really low heroes, so I just thought it'd be worth sharing that. Have a look completely the other end of the scale from another one of my accounts. Now when I go into this one now, initially I thought, oh, we've been mismatched in Clan War League again. It's going to be another Town Hall 11 and I'm only a Town Hall 12 with my Bungle Junior. However, you look around the base. Yes, it's got high level defences, but only really Town Hall 10. So these I'm expecting to have been early upgraded. Didn't wait for the heroes. Upgraded early. Went to 11, maybe for an attack side of things. But yeah, it's just a Town Hall 10. There's nothing to worry about. So I looked at it and I thought, yeah, that's doable. And then I decided, well, what army I'm going to go with again. Air defence is nice and deep. It means that down this side, with that air defence being over there, I can start a little funnel down here. Up here I'm going to start a little funnel. So we'll see how it starts out. So baby dragon, just to clear that camp, and then onto the queen walk. Now this will mean the queen walk will walk right rather than walking to the left where we don't want it to go. So the baby dragon's done its job there. So we've got up this side, we had a pecker, some witches and a bowler, just to start the funnel at this end. Now the idea is to go straight in with all his bowlers behind his king and queen, with the healers and the wrecker. Now as you can see, a dragons came out. We've got the double poison yet again. So it doesn't quite go where we want it. It goes over towards the witches rather than the queen. So we do drop a poison down, start bringing the troops in, and as you see in a minute, once there's that gap, they all go to centre. So we drop the other poison down, rage all your bowlers up, getting them in quick, so they're not able to take too much damage from the enemy CC. We froze the infernos, and we've got the wrecker going in, the bowlers under rage, and we've still got quite a few spells left over here. So as we go in, the wrecker doing its job, all the bowlers again, we froze the inferno again. We've dropped the jump right at the back of the base, look. So in that centre now, we've got all them healers healing up all the bowlers from the from the clan castle. We've got the queen, if you can just see her in there. The king unfortunately got taken out, but that's what he's there for. He's a tank. We want him to be tanking for all your bowlers. Now at this point, with the extra rage now gone in the centre, the last rage we had, watch how quickly this core gets taken out. So there's so much in there, it just disappears, absolutely disappears. Now the healers are doing a great job of keeping everything up, because the air defence has gone all over the base now. There's nothing that's going to kill them. They'll carry on healing up. Now didn't really have a plan for which way it was going. It was sort of, well, let us wing it. It shouldn't be too much of an issue, because the queen's full health. We've got the bowlers. Now a few of them are funneling down this side, just starting to head towards. This is the last area of any point defence, and I'm just gonna, I would normally fast forward to the end, because obviously you can see there's quite a lot left over, but the reason I'm doing so is to just explain at what point I use this. Queen easily takes down the archer, the bomber tower. She then heads on over to the wizard tower. Now this is where I popped her ability, and the reason being is that the splash damage from the wizard tower could have potentially take out the witch and the bowlers that I've got left, whereas the cannon is only going to lock onto one target. Once the skelly spawn, it's not going to be an issue, but again there's only a cannon left over there. So she steps up, takes out the wizard tower, takes out the cannon. The healers are still going at the back, and now, like I say, we're just going to overwhelm this last cannon with everything driving towards it. A skelly trap does pop, but again, just too much left over, and that is a nice free. So there's a couple of attacks there, one from a town hall 10, one from a town hall 9, just showing you some variations of things that you can look at. The videos are only really for a bit of fun and to show you what I'm doing. Black Cobra are always recruiting, so you're welcome to come over, come and have a chat. Hopefully we can help you. You might be able to help us. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and you can leave a comment, anything that you'd like to see, attacks that you maybe want me to look at. I'll try and see what I can do. I do have access to all the town hall levels, so it wouldn't be an issue. But for today, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for having a look, and hope you all have a good day. That's it from Terra. Cheers.